Hello students, this clip is for third year students, veterinary pharmacology and toxicology. During regular classes, you have been studied about some metal toxicity in animals like arsenic, molybdenum and lead. Today I will discuss about selenium toxicity in animals, how selenium toxicity occur, what are the causative agent, what is the toxicokinetic process, what is the diagnosis, clinical science and the line of treatment. I will make the video in two parts. First part will comprise of introductory part, causative agent and toxicokinetic process, and second part will be comprised of the diagnosis, clinical science and line of treatment for the selenium toxicity. Because video should be in smaller size by which we can transfer to you all through WhatsApp and other media. Students, the selenium is the natural occurring metalloid element that is essential for the body. That is essential for the human as well as the animal's body for the normal functioning of cellular functioning as well as for the enzyme function. As a micronutrient, you can add in the diet of livestock to prevent the several diseases involving cellular degeneration or cell membrane damage like the white muscle disease in cattle and sheep, exudative diathesis in chicken, and the severe gastroenteritis in the case of pig. Generally, selenium toxicity in livestock occurs when livestock consume the seleniferous or selenium incubator plants in high amount. The plants which have a high concentration of the selenium like astragalus, unopsis and some grains and the crops which also have a high level of selenium, when livestock consume these plants in high amount, they may suffer from the selenium toxicity. Selenium toxicity occurs in the livestock generally when the body level of selenium, body tissue or blood level of selenium occurs above the 5 ppm, 5 parts per million inside the body. Although it's depend on species to species. In the sheep and cattle, it causes toxicity when the body selenium level above 5 ppm. However, in case of pig and horse, it may cause in below 3 ppm also. So the tolerance dose in the most of the livestock of selenium is from the 1 to 5 ppm. So generally, generally the livestock avoid such type of seleniferous plant because of their offending and nature and offending taste and odor. And what about the smaller pets? The pets also may suffer from the selenium toxicity when they exposed for a long time about the medicated shampoo which contains selenium disulfide. When they expose for a long duration, they can consume the particular medicated shampoo and they may also suffer from the selenium toxicity. So these are the causative agents which can cause the toxicity in livestock. And now what about the toxicokinetic? Generally, selenium absorbed through gut very easily and distributed whole over the body. Particularly, main concentration occur in the liver, kidney and spleen. However, in the chronic exposure of the selenium occurs the main concentration accumulates the selenium inside the body body in the hairs and the hoof of the affected animal in chronic exposure. So this is the toxicokinetic. And what about toxicodynamic? How the toxicity occurs inside the body? How the selenium toxicity cause inside the body? So there are some few mechanism of the toxicodynamic, 2-3 mechanism I will tell you about. First mechanism, when the selenium replace the sulfur containing amino acids. Sulfur containing amino acid like cysteine and methionine. When selenium replace these sulfur from the amino acid, they ultimately leads to the abnormal enzyme and abnormal protein. So they produce abnormal enzyme and proteins. And the second mechanism is the interfere with the sulfhydryl group of the enzymes. When selenium interferes with the sulfhydryl group containing enzymes like succinic dehydrogenase. So ultimately, when succinic dehydrogenase damage, the reduced ATP occur. The ATP reduced. So these are the some mechanism of toxicodynamic of selenium occurs inside the body. They can cause the toxicity, reduced ATP and the abnormal protein and enzyme occurs. They can lead the toxicity in the animals. And now in second part we will learn about the diagnosis, clinical signs, and line of treatment.